My mom kicked me out for her new family, then demanded college money for my siblings when she found out I'm successful. The day my mom told me I had to leave, I was folding laundry in my bedroom. She didn't even sit down, just stood in my doorway and said, "We need to talk about your living situation." I was 16. Her new husband, Brian, had been hinting for months that their real family needed space. The twins were turning 2, and apparently my presence was making things financially tight. Funny how money was never tight when she wanted her weekly mani-pedis or when Brian bought his 3rd motorcycle that same week. "You're mature enough to figure things out," she said, not meeting my eyes. "Your grandparents have that spare room. We've already called them." I packed everything I owned into 2 garbage bags. She watched from the kitchen window as I loaded them into my beat-up minivan. Didn't even come outside to say goodbye or ask if I had gas money for the drive. For the next 15 years, I saw her exactly 4 times, all at family funerals. She'd nod politely like I was a distant acquaintance, never asking about college, my job, or if I was even alive. Her Instagram was full of family vacations and the twins' achievements. I wasn't in a single photo. I put myself through state school working 3 jobs, warehouse nights, weekend catering, tutoring between classes. Graduated with honors in computer science while she was posting about how blessed she felt watching her babies grow up. I celebrated alone while her perfect family had graduation parties I was never invited to. Last month, I got promoted to senior director at a Fortune 500 tech company. The salary was life-changing, more money than I'd ever imagined. I celebrated alone with Chinese takeout, like most of my milestones. 3 weeks later, she showed up at my apartment. I almost didn't recognize her through the peephole. 15 years had not been kind. The designer clothes were gone, replaced by discount store basics. Her hair was graying at the roots. "Hi, honey," she said when I opened the door, like we'd talked yesterday. "Can we chat?" Brian had apparently started a contracting business that went under during COVID. They'd burned through their savings, maxed out credit cards, and were facing foreclosure. The twins were seniors now, both accepted to expensive private colleges. "I heard through the family grapevine about your success," she said, perched awkwardly on my couch. "We're so proud of you." After 15 years of radio silence. "The timing is actually perfect," she continued. "Since you're doing so well, maybe you could help with the twins' tuition. It would mean everything to your siblings, my siblings, kids I'd met exactly twice, who probably didn't even know I existed." I let the silence stretch until she started fidgeting. Then I pulled out my phone and opened my banking app. "You want to know what this number represents?" I said, showing her my account balance. Her eyes widened. "Every dollar in here came from working 70-hour weeks while you were playing happy family. Every investment, every promotion, every success, I earned alone." Her face went pale. "But family helps family." "Family?" I laughed, and it came out harder than I intended. "When was I ever family? You kicked out a 16-year-old because your real children deserved better. Remember? Those were your exact words." She tried the waterworks, talked about how hard it had been as a single mom, how Brian had pressured her, how she'd made mistakes but wanted to make amends. I listened to the whole performance. Then I walked to my kitchen and came back with something. "Recognize this?" I held up a crumpled piece of paper, the note I'd left on her kitchen counter the day I moved out, thanking her for everything and promising to stay in touch. She'd never responded. "I kept this for 15 years, I said. "Want to know why?" "Because I thought someday you'd remember you had another child. That someday you'd call just to see if I was okay." The tears were real now, but 15 years too late. "I need to get ready for work," I said, opening the door. "Good luck with the tuition." She begged for 5 more minutes, promised we could rebuild our relationship, said the twins would love to know their big brother. I handed her the note. "Give this to your real children. Maybe they'll understand why family helps family and why some bridges burn completely." She left sobbing. I made coffee and checked my investment portfolio. Turns out abandoning your kid doesn't pay dividends.